Previously on the Dice Girls, you see a thin, tall, tan-colored tabaxi.
Wow.
Hello. Our friend James expressed that he thought you might be the next target of one of these pranks.
You'll protect me?
Yes.
Oh, we're staying? Is it like a sleepover?
A sleepover in the middle of the day where we don't sleep, we watch stuff. Yes.
Triggus, we're just going to be keeping an eye out and making sure that nobody targets Megzie.
Sitting in a bottle store, we're looking for creepy people.
With sugar and spice and a roll of the dice, you're listening to the Dice Girls. To your surprise, nobody does come by during Megzie's meditation time. So you watch the shop for a couple of hours. Megzie, a few hours later, comes back up from the basement. You can hear her coming up the stairs, and the trapdoor swings open, and when it does, she pushes the rug out of the way.
Somebody's coming, guys. On alert. On alert.
That's just Megzie. It's okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'm still going to be at the ready with my dagger, just in case.
No.
Remember when I said don't lead with violence?
It's a small dagger.
Doesn't matter. Still violent.
Still pointy.
Okay, I'll just keep it behind my back.
No. Put it away.
You can just put it away.
Will you protect me then? I'm unarmed now.
We, when it's time to use your daggers, we will let you know.
Yeah.
You say go.
Yeah.
No, we won't say go because that's the kill word.
Oh, right. We should have a light system with like red, yellow, green. Okay, Triggus. When we say colors are a little common.
Yeah.
Triggus, we will come up with a system to let you know when to kill. But right now is no attack, no kill.
No attack, no kill.
Yes.
Yep.
Understood.
Until we tell you, okay?
Yes, I like this. Makes everything very clear.
Perfect, I think.
Now, I doubt it took Megzie that entire conversation to walk up the stairs.
Yeah. My hope with this new instruction is that the next time y'all get into a combat, Triggus is just gonna stand there waiting for you to tell him.
Yeah, and by then we've forgotten that we're supposed to let him know.
Yeah, Megzie came up in the middle of your conversation, and she's not wringing her hands together any longer. She looks a little more relaxed than she did when she started her meditation, and she looks around, and her eyes do get a little big, and she says, "Well, how did it go? Have I been attacked yet?"
No, it has been quiet.
Oh, well, yeah, I think this part of day usually is a quiet part of day for me. Yeah. Oh, well, what do we do next?
We continue to wait.
Yeah, I think we would like to at least stay with you through the night tonight.
That sounds okay with me. I'm definitely fine with that. I do need to run over to Rosemary's to drop off some potions for her. Am I okay am I allowed to do that?
Yeah, I'll come with you just to be safe, you know.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, and Triggus and Rhakna will watch your shop while we're gone.
Perfect. All right. Well, let me grab the potions real quick and we can be on our way.
Okay.
All right. And Megzie goes into like so there's like two rooms of the shop. There's the front of the shop, which the front entrance. There's like a back kind of storeroom with the back entrance. She goes into that back room. And you hear like a couple of bottles clinking together, and she comes back and she has like a bag around her. It's like a messenger bag, and she looks at Kai and says, "Well, I think I'm ready to go if everything is good here."
Yes, Rhakna and I will have fun together. We will play games, sing songs, tell stories.
Are you going to be gone long?
It shouldn't be too long at all. Normally Rosemary and I do get to chatting. We're quite close, but today I know is a little different. So I'll do my best to keep it short.
Sounds good.
And Kai and Megzie both leave the apothecary. Rosemary's veterinarian office is just down the street. All of these shops have been really in close proximity to each other. They're not very far at all from each other. Megzie leads the way to Rosemary's veterinary office. And you walk in and you see Rosemary right away. She is an orcish lady. She has gray skin. And when she turns around to smile at you, you see that she has large bottom tusks protruding from her mouth. She's very muscular. She's very large. Her ears are pointed and pierced, and she has like long blonde hair that's been pulled back into a ponytail. And her face lights up when she sees Megzie. And she says, Megzie, welcome. It's so good to see you again. How are you doing today? And Megzie kind of like, again, like with her hands, she's, well, Rosemary, this lady here and her friends tell me that I might be murdered soon.
No. Me and my friends are just, watching Megzie for a little while to make sure that she doesn't get, like, pranked or whatever's going on. Like, you know, you with the eggs. We're trying to stop that.
When you first started talking, Rosemary kind of, like, furrowed her brow at you because clearly you've caused her friend a little bit of distress. But as you continue talking, her face relaxes more and she nods and she says, yes, that egging was extremely upsetting for the animals in my office. I can't have it again. It was terrible and justice needs to be served.
Yeah. You don't happen to, like, know who egged your house or your office, do you?
I wish I did. The only thing I know, it happened a few nights ago. I woke up in the middle of the night at home and I could tell that something felt off. Something was wrong. It was just a gut feeling that I had, so I rushed straight to my office. I saw two shadowy figures running off into the night, and I shouted after them, but they just ran faster. And I heard loud laughing and what sounded kind of like a howl to me. Pretty sure those people are the ones who egged my office.
Did you get like a height and build approximation? Anything?
It was quite dark. The middle of the night. All I saw were two shadows and they could have been larger than average, I suppose. I was so caught up in the moment and overwhelmed, I didn't get a very clear look at them. I heard the howl and I didn't want to make assumptions, but I asked Hyone about it, since Hyone's the one who mentors our new werefolk in town, and Hyone insists that it couldn't have been any of her new charges, so I'm at a loss. But something needs to be done about it. We can't have poor Megzie here targeted like I was.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to catch them, but nobody seems to have seen them, so that makes it a little more difficult.
I imagine it would. If I find out any more information, I will somehow find you. How can I?
We will be at Meggie's shop over the night, just to make sure nothing happens.
And Megzie kind of, yeah, they're gonna stop the murderers. Rosemary, they're gonna.
Megzie, you're not gonna be murdered.
I mean, not as long as you're there. And Rosemary, like, pats, Megzie on the shoulder and says, I don't believe you'll be murdered, Megzie. I believe you'll be okay. And, Megzie kind of like smiles and says, oh, thank you, Rosemary. I brought the potions you were asking for. And Rosemary grins and, Megzie hands her the whole bag, full of potions. And Rosemary says, thank you so much. These are really going to help me treat those parakeets that I have back in the bag.
Now I'm really glad Triggus didn't come.
Megzie says, well, Rosemary, we need to get back to the store because the other two are there by themselves and they don't know the prices of anything. So we must be going. And Rosemary grins and smiles and says, "Oh, all right. Well, I will see you again very soon, my dear friend. Keep in touch." And the two of you awkwardly back out of the office.
Yep.
I would like to cut to what is happening with Triggus and Rhakna while Kai and Megzie are gone.
Triggus is up, like, dancing a jig, clapping. We're in the cat store. Who can spot the litter box? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Stop. No more litter. There's no litter box. No, we don't talk about the litter box anymore.
Should I sing a different song?
Yeah, let's sing a different song.
We're at the cat store. Who can spot the litter box?
Triggus, stop! And that's all that's happening.
He just progressively gets quieter and quieter.
When Megzie and Kai come back into the store, Triggus is on the part of the song where he's clapping and counting, and Megzie gets, like, excited and starts clapping and counting as well. And then she hears the lyrics of the first part of the song.
Oh my god, I'm like totally blushing in real life right now.
And she, like, stops mid-clap. And her eyes get really big. And she just doesn't know what to say. She looks very shocked.
Triggus, what did we tell you? Stop!
Oh, you're back.
I gave the potions to Rosemary.
Yeah, Triggus, stop.
Stop? I'm stopping.
You're stopping.
Did you roll up a newspaper?
Bad Triggus.
After you all return, Megzie kind of goes about the rest of her day. There are customers who come in occasionally. They buy some potions from her. And pretty soon it is nightfall. And Megzie looks at the three of you and says, well, this is the time that I usually close up my shop and go home. Am I allowed to do that?
Well, it kind of seems like everyone's being targeted at their businesses. Maybe it's risky, but I think you should be okay to go home, and maybe we just stay outside your store nearby and watch for anything.
I think that could be okay. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna definitely lock my doors tonight, though I hope I don't get murdered.
Don't worry, you're not gonna get murdered, but please do lock your doors.
I will. Thank you so much for everything. This is a weird sentence to say, but I sure hope my business gets targeted tonight.
We kind of do too, just so we can stop it.
Yeah, so Megzie closes up shop and goes home. And where do the three of you stake out?
I feel like one of us should be at the back.
Yeah, are there some conveniently placed bushes or anything?
Yeah, that we can hide in.
We can hide in.
I mean, I can just, like, melt into the shadows, but...
Oh, you should be in the back, because it's an alleyway. That's perfect.
It is an alleyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna melt into the shadows.
Okay.
Whoa.
That is awesome. Do you have to roll for that?
I feel like a stealth.
Is that a, yeah.
I'll roll.
Stealth
A
check.
melt check.
A melt check.
See, I wasn't a fan, but...
Oh no.
9.
Okay. Mine's not terrible.
I did roll a 2.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
I'm
not completely in the shadows.
like you think you're completely hidden. But like the tips of your shoes are sticking out from whatever shadowy corner you're hiding in. And then probably a good place would maybe be like across the street, I guess, from Meggie's storefront for the two of you.
Yeah, so, I've kind of thought the same thing. Like, just across the street, maybe there's a tree I can sit in or something. I don't know.
Rhakna climbs a tree.
Yeah, we'll say there's a tree. There's a tree.
Cool, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna camp out in a tree.
Cool. All right.
I'm green, it should work.
Yeah, Rhakna's camping out in a tree.
Where's Triggus camping out?
Is there a pond?
There's
Across
not
the street?
There's not a pond across the street from the apothecary.
What about a big rock that I could hide behind?
There's a tree.
Oh, I'll just hide behind the tree.
Okay. Because you're not like, this is like
paved
this is like downtown Asylum, like.
I pictured the forest
You're not
across the
cobblestone.
street. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You're not quite in the wilderness.
Okay.
But there is a tree. I don't know why there's a tree, but there's a tree.
It's, she's probably right across the street from the botanist.
There you go. Yeah, she's across the street from the arborist.
Nice.
The arborist who has one tree.
That's how you know it's his shop. All the rest of the trees are in the back alley.
That's where he keeps them. That's where he keeps them. That's his storage.
Yeah, totally. So you stake out the apothecary for the next few evenings. And I'm going to have Triggus and Rhakna roll me a perception check.
A 3?
Plus, please add stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. We need all the help we can get. I don't think mine's going to be much better.
Plus 0.
19! Plus 0?
Yes.
Perception?
Yep.
Oh, -1. Still 18.
Okay. So Triggus is, it's the third evening that you have staked out Meggie's, storefront. And Triggus is like playing with his newly cut hair and maybe thinking that it's already time for another trillionth of a kilometer trim. When Rhakna, you see 3 characters kind of like sneaking along, and they stop at Meggie's storefront. And you see the 3 characters. I'm trying to think of what the medieval version of spray paint is. Probably just chalk.
Or just like actual paint. They're just like...
Okay, yeah. They are, they're carrying paint buckets.
Or buckets of sap.
Oh, God. No, you see 2 of them have paint, and another one has like chalk. And you see them start painting and writing like a big giant message on Meggie's storefront.
The Steamrollers Adventure Podcast is an actual play steampunk comedy adventure role-playing game podcast. Season 1, The Defectors. He's gone and another guy appears in his place.
Boom!
You gonna bop him?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, God.
So I was standing behind him.
Adrian was standing, she looks at you and she goes, I was going to say hi. Season 2, The Principal Engine.
Hey, you got the girl. Give me the horse.
She's 14.
Okay. Yeah, I did. Well, my horse is 5. What do you want?
Season 3, The Great War.
My name's Randall, Private Randall Doe, the ball gunner, but I'm also the engineer.
Good to see somebody who's working on fixing this ship.
Brad's gonna yell from the inside. Think it looks bad on the outside.
I love this crew, I just gotta say.
Find the show at steamrollersadventurepodcast.libsyn.com, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, and your RSS player of choice. Find out more about the show at rigstories.com.
Hey Dicelings, it's Becca, your Dice Girls DM, and first I want to apologize if I sound a little more echoey than usual. I rearranged my room in the last couple of days and haven't quite had a chance to get my setup all back to the way it was before, so hopefully that'll all be taken care of by next week. We have a lot to talk about today, so I'm gonna blaze right through it. I really, really want to say thank you and welcome to our latest patrons on Patreon, Allie and Jeffman. Jeffman. I don't know how to say your name, and I'm very sorry. In any case, thank you so much for being a patron, both of you. We also want to say thank you to everyone who tweets about the show using our hashtag #TheDiceGirls. We will have some more new NPCs named after Twitter users in next week's episode, so that's something fun to look forward to. Another thing we want to say a huge thank you to all of you for is we hit 10,000 downloads between last episode and this episode. We do have something in the works as far as kind of like a celebration and a giveaway, especially because yesterday, Sunday the 5th of May, was our 6-month anniversary since we launched the Dice Girls.
it's both gone by super fast and feels like we've been doing it forever, so it's a little bit weird, but it's incredible. So we are going to be announcing celebrations, giveaways, things like that. We also are very close to launching our line of merch, but Ashley's involvement is like super essential to both of those things, and she's on a well-earned vacation, so we're going to wait until she gets back to get those things rolling. I want to talk to you now for a minute about Min-Max Mankind. This is an event that is hosted by the podcast Lawful Stupid, and we've been challenged. So the way that it works is that each episode this month, one of us is going to roll a d20, and then we're going to donate that amount of money to a charity. It's the same charity throughout the whole month. We add up all the numbers at the end, and we'll make our donation at the end of May. You can find out more details and join the challenge yourself at minmaxmankind.org. It's a really cool idea. I really love it. When I was a guest on Lawful Stupid, Shane did that at the end of the episode, his Roll for Humanity, and I just thought that was the coolest thing. So I was super excited that we got challenged to do it by them. We're also going to be making a video challenging other people to join the cause. The cause that we have chosen to support for Min-Max Mankind this month is One Drop for Flint, and now I get to tell you all about that, which is exciting as well. Our friends over at FDM No More have decided to set up a charity event this month to help provide clean drinking water to the people of Flint, Michigan. They're having streams, they're having giveaways, and the gaming community is getting really involved. It's been super cool to watch, and so that's who we're going to be making our donation to. You can find out more details about it on their Twitter account. It's at One Drop for Flint. So now that I've talked your ear off, I'm going to actually do that roll for Min-Max Mankind. So I've got my d20 here. I'm going to roll it, and whatever I get is going to go in the pool towards our donation. I'm going to re-roll that because it's a really low roll, and I don't like that. Okay. Here we go. Let's try one more time. Okay, 14. I got a 14. So, I will be putting $14 towards our pool, that we're going to be donating to One Drop for Flint at the end of this month. Honestly, thank you so much again for everything. We can't tell you how much we love and appreciate and adore all of you. You are absolutely fantastic, and I can't wait for y'all to hear where our story is going next. Speaking of our story, let's get back to it. Talk to you next week.
Triggus. Wait, Triggus.
Yes.
You're like
Is it
up
time?
top.
You're like in the tree. Yeah. Whispering down to Triggus.
Triggus, it's happening. It's
Is
time.
it time?
It's time.
Is it time to kill people?
I'm not there. I'm not there.
You're not. You're in the back alley.
We're not killing, but we need to catch them. Okay?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Roll me a stealth check.
We're across the street.
Yeah, but
3.
You're across the street now, but I'm assuming you start to approach them.
Oh, yeah. 13. You said stealth?
Did you say 3?
I got a 3 again. Plus 5, so
I got 14.
12.
Okay.
3 plus 5 is not
12. Math.
8.
Okay. Rhakna, you're fairly quiet as... I mean...
I'm a big orc in a tree, so
Yeah.
I get it.
You rustle some branches as you on your way down, and Triggus, you drop your bagpipe, and it makes kind of like a little bit, kind of like that. And as soon as that noise happens, the 3 characters freeze what they're doing, and they turn around to see you, and you see a dwarven boy who has like a lot of hair and a really big bushy beard.
boy with a beard.
Yeah.
Dwarves, man.
Dwarves. They're great. You see a tall, thin tiefling girl and a nervous-looking, big, burly human man who roll me an insight check.
I did better than
10.
16.
Triggus, you recognize the big burly human man as Garrison.
Grimace! What are you doing?
The other two people who were with Garrison, the paint buckets clatter to the ground and they take off. For the woods. They take off down the street in the direction of the forest. And you see them shift into tigers, giant tigers, as they bound down the street. And Garrison is still frozen in spot. He's kind of now looking back and forth between Rhakna and Triggus and his two companions who have now left him. He looks panicked. He doesn't exactly know what to do. He sputters for a moment as he looks back and forth and he says, please don't tell Celeste and Voodoo. And then he turns and just books it down the street.
Oh no, I want to catch him.
And shifts. You see him shift into a bear, a big giant bear before he starts lumbering off down the road.
So like I run around, like I heard him shout Grimace, so I run around just in time to see him run off as a bear.
Yeah.
He's a liar and an artist.
What just happened?
The vandals, one of them was Garrison.
Did I hear him say not to tell Celeste and Voodoo?
Yeah.
So we're gonna tell them, right?
Should we?
I feel like we should. But first maybe we should clean up Meggie's storefront.
Yeah, I want to look at the storefront. Did they get any of their message on there?
They started to write a message. They had painted the word no in really big letters, and then under that is a couple of letters G-O-V, and that's all they got to.
Nogov. That's the name of the gang. They're the Nogovs.
You know, this doesn't really make a lot of sense because Garrison just got here, didn't he? I wouldn't think that he'd have a stake in this. Why would he care if Asylum has a government or not?
I thought this might have been more about Vince, but if many of his clients are werewolf, then they'd have no reason to not want him in charge, right?
Yeah.
We should let someone know. We should
maybe Hayoni, because she's the one who helps out all the shifters.
Yeah, let's clean this up and we'll talk to Hayoni and James in the morning and Megzie, of course.
Yeah.
I don't think...
And probably Vince, too.
Yeah, just everybody.
Hey, guys. Just, stand in the middle of town square. Some people are vandals. We found out who they are.
Do you do that?
No.
Because, if you stood in the middle of the town square and shouted in the middle of the night and everyone comes out and sees paint and, chalk and, you're the only three there.
No, I feel like we can wait until morning. It doesn't seem to be that time sensitive.
Yeah, let's clean this up and we'll talk to them in the morning.
But what if there's a secret?
There seems to be a secret here, Triggus.
But we don't know what the secret is.
But we know who's got the secrets.
But sometimes people have secrets for reasons.
Yeah, and we need to wait until the morning to find out those reasons.
But shouldn't we go find Grimace and ask him why he's doing it?
Not while he's a bear. That seems like a bad idea.
Oh, he might attack us?
Yeah. We do our civil duty and clean.
Okay. Roll me a performance check to see how well you clean up Meggie's shop.
17.
20.
22.
Dang. You guys do a great job cleaning the paint and chalk off of Meggie's apothecary. When she comes to open her shop the next morning, she can't even tell that anything has happened. And just like the previous few mornings, she excitedly greets you and says, "Guys, I didn't get murdered last night."
Yay!
That's great. We caught the liar.
What?
Well, we didn't catch him per se, but we know who's targeting people.
It's my turn to gasp, you guys.
Finally.
But you already know the information.
I'm role-playing. You know who did it? Who's been targeting my friends?
Yeah.
Yeah, last night they came by and they tried to paint a message on your shop.
Sorry, that's real fun.
Yeah. We cleaned it up.
I can't even tell that anything happened.
Yeah, we're pretty good.
If it's alright with you, maybe we could get everyone together and instead of opening your shop right now,
We could call the people and talk.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea to get this resolved. Yes.
Okay, we do that.
Yeah. We go get Hayoni and everybody else.
Where would you guys like to meet, do you think? Maybe
Is there a podium that I could speak from?
there's no podium, but there is a town square.
I was kind of thinking James's shop or something.
Yeah, I think Hayoni's place would be a little cramped.
Yeah, Hayoni's place is very crowded, her question store. You all meet in James's leatherworking shop. You all gather around. The last one to arrive is Rosemary, and so Triggus and Rhakna, you see this large, orcish, muscular woman with very big tusks and blonde hair walking into James's leatherwork shop.
You must be Raspberry. I've heard great things about you. Who is your dentist? It's a very brave man.
Oh my god.
Rosemary narrows her eyebrows at you, and she says, "My name is Rosemary. Who are you?"
My name is Triggus Garganath,
I see.
son of the sea. We are here to save everybody.
Yeah, sorry, this is Triggus and I'm Rhakna. We're friends of Kai's. We've been the ones who have been investigating the goings-on.
And you've called this meeting here today. I'm assuming you've found some information that could be helpful.
Yep.
Yes, we have.
Very well.
It was the liar.
Well, Triggus...
Megzie gasps.
We only know one of the people, but...
As Rhakna starts talking, like, the other shop owners have kind of been chit-chatting with each other, but as Rhakna starts explaining this to Rosemary, everyone else kind of, like, stops what they're doing and tunes in.
There were 3 vandals last night.
Megzie gasps.
And all 3 of them were werefolk.
Megzie gasps again. When you say that, Hayoni looks appalled.
They were paying the front of Megzie's shop, and they didn't get to finish, but it looked like they were writing no government. Or no, well, they got to know Gov. They didn't get to know anybody named Gov.
And there were 2 tigers and a bear.
Megzie gasps.
Does anyone here know what might be going on with this new information?
Hayoni, she has, like, put her hand on her chest in shock.
She's clutching her pearls.
She's clutching her pearls. If she wore pearls, she doesn't have pearls. She does have a crescent moon necklace, though. Hayoni steps forward and looks appalled. And she says, I can't believe that our own werefolk would be vandalizing the town and targeting, well, other fellow werefolk. Not all of us. Vince is not a werefolk, but both Megzie and I are, and I can't believe that they would target us like that. Are you positive that it was them?
Yep. Caught in the act.
Throw me an insight check.
4.
18.
12.
Rhakna, you get the feeling that maybe Hayoni isn't as shocked as she's letting on.
Okay, yeah, I noticed, but I don't say anything.
Okay.
You're not as shocked as I expected you to be.
Plays out like a Scooby-Doo ending scene. The real culprit is...
I would have gotten away with it.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so Hayoni she looks very appalled, and Vince kind of steps forward. He, like, winks in camaraderie at Triggus. Before he speaks, he's like, hair's looking real good today, man.
Thank you. It is.
Vince says, this is quite shocking. What should we... Hayoni, you're in charge, really, of mentoring our new werefolk. Have you heard has there been anything unusual with them lately? And Hayoni thinks about it for a moment and kind of shakes her head no and says, I mean, not as far as I have seen. I've been mentoring our werefolk for years, and we've never had any issues like this before.
Well, the 3 culprits got away, so we still need to find them. We just thought it would be best to let everyone know what we found so far.
We'll probably need to take some raw meat with us.
Nope, that's not a thing.
Rosemary says, do you know specifically who it was? These people need to be held responsible for their actions.
It was Grimace and a little boy with a beard.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but we didn't tell Triggus not to say anything. I just kept that to myself, so here we go.
Megzie gasps when Triggus says that. Who's Grimace?
He's the liar.
Yeah, he's talking about someone named Garrison that we met on our way here. We don't know the identities of the other 2, but they just seemed kind of like a couple of kids. They were able to transform into tigers.
Hayoni, puts her hand up to her face and says, Garrison?
Yeah, I mean, we got a good look at him before he left. It was definitely him.
Oh my. Hayoni says, we must take this to the elders at once and let them decide what to do about this crime that has been committed in our city.
Is this what your secret meeting was about?
I'm sorry?
Your secret meeting with Grimace. The secret tunnel.
What secret tunnel?
When he disappeared in your shop.
Alright, I think that's everything.
The other shop owners look a little suspiciously at Hayoni. She doesn't say anything for a moment, and then she kind of I don't know what you're talking about. And she waves her hand dismissively.
Well, I mean, he did disappear into your shop and not come out.
Of course, when someone comes to me, I need to interview them extensively to find out their motives and their level of control over their shifts, and to see if they will be a good fit for our community. So yes, of course, I spent a lot of time with Garrison after he first arrived in town, but he seemed like a very wonderful fit for Asylum. There was no indication that he would be vandalizing our storefronts.
Why haven't his friends seen him?
I mean, there's a lot to do in Asylum. Maybe they've been finding other things to...
His friends seem worried.
They did get separated for a little while, of course, over the first few days that they were here, but they were reunited after I remember you coming to me and voicing your concerns that they were concerned. And of course I made sure that they were able to meet up again and reunite.
I don't think we should take this to the elders just yet. Hayoni, is there something you're not telling us?
Her eyebrows raise and she says, Why wouldn't we take it to the elders? And of course, there's nothing that I have to hide from anybody.
We still don't know the identity of the other 2 people. It would be kind of useless to go to the elders and say, hey, we got one person, we don't know the other 2.
Yeah. They were a dwarf boy with a beard and a tall tiefling girl. And like I said, both of them can turn into tigers.
Hayoni nods as you describe the other 2 vandals, and she says, I can't be positive, of course, but I do believe I know who you're talking about. I can go find them and Garrison and track them down and bring them back so that we can make them take responsibility for this heinous act. These heinous acts that they've committed against our townspeople.
I mean, something still doesn't add up. Why would Garrison just got here? Why would he care if there's a government or not?
That's a very good question, and I intend to ask him as soon as I see him. Like I said, there was no indication that he was a troublemaker of any sort.
I don't believe you.
Megzie gasps.